everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this latest edition of the What's on Stage team coming to YouTube to talk about theatre. The name is work in progress. This time we're going to be predicting the winners for the Olivier Awards, which are taking place on the 14th of April at the Royal Albert Hall. We're going to be there with all the interviews, reactions. We're going to be on the green carpet. So make sure you like and subscribe so that you get all that content as soon as it comes out. But in the meantime, we're going to be talking about what we think will be the biggest shows winning on the night. My name is Alex. I'm the managing editor of What's on Stage.
I'm Tan. I'm the social media coordinator.
And I'm Tom, deputy editor.
And I think, Tom, you're going to be the MC for this predictions fest.
Willkommen, bienvenue.
Going in after the straight away.
Okay, so this is going to be our personal picks for a selection of the categories, and why not kick things off with one of the most hotly contested ones, Best Actor. Tan, do you want to go first?
You're not wrong. This is like such a tough category. It's like they're all very challenging roles, challenging productions, and it's literally like some of the best names in theatre up against each other. And I honestly feel like if I had to just give a name, I'd just say David Tennant and then just sit quietly and see what you two come back with.
Interesting. Well,
go on, Alex.
Tan's going for David Tennant for Scottish play. I think I'm going to go the same way as the Critics Circle and say Andrew Scott for his one-man Vanya.
Yeah, I went with Andrew Scott as well, but like multiple roles on stage the whole time. You know, that's probably why I would give it to him. And well, I just say any one of those people could walk away with it on the night. What about Best Actress?
I think on the same topic of solo shows, I think Sarah Snook is gonna sneak. She kind of snuck in last minute. I think. I really think it was like, I wasn't that excited. I didn't really care for it when it was first announced. I've never seen Succession, so I have nothing to match it against. But now I'm just like, whoa, that's really something. It's made waves, hasn't it?
Ditto. I picked Sarah Snook as well, Tan.
Yeah.
What about you, Alex?
I'm on the Snook bandwagon. Yeah.
We're all feeling the Snook. And then Best Supporting Actor.
I mean, anyone who's watched the video before knows how much I love Will Close. So that's me.
I actually think this is a hotly contested category, but I'm also going to go Will Close. I just think that he just won everyone's hearts with Dear England. So I just think he's got it.
I actually went with Luke Thompson, so I've gone with our What's on Stage award winner for that one. But Will Close was definitely my close second. And
I would say also Luke Thompson has amazing Taylor Swift knowledge, as people might find out soon. So he can win for that as well.
Bonus votes. And Best Supporting Actress, Tan?
I mean, I'm going to hand this one over to you two because I'm going to admit I've only seen Dear England. So in this category, I'm going to be surprised on the night and go with what the voters have gone for.
But Gina McKee wouldn't be a bad shout, though.
No, very good.
Yeah, I just went with a sentimental favourite, and I'm picking Hayden Gwynn.
I think it'll be Hayden Gwynn as well. I think, and that will be such a touching moment on the night if that's how it ends up.
Yeah,
that will definitely be the tearjerker. Should we hop over to the musical side of things?
Oh yes.
Have you got a musical thing for that?
Nobody needs to hear that. Best Actress in a Musical. Alex. We'll start with you.
You know what? I just think it's got to go to Nicole. I think I feel awful for Marisha Wallace that every awards season she's probably had to sit back or every award show she's probably had to be like, you know, I did an amazing job, but this year it's just Nicole Scherzinger's year, and so I think she's just got it in the bag.
Yeah, Tan.
I agree. It was just an unforgettable performance, and it's kind of how much skepticism was before it. Like I always knew she was going to be fantastic, but I feel like a lot of people kind of doubt her and continue to doubt her, and now it's just like, well, you wait, Broadway, because you're not prepared. She was amazing.
I don't know why I'm frightened. I think Nicole's really just this award season. It's just really been a validation as an actress, so I'm thrilled for her. Best actor in a musical.
Oh, I'm gonna go with my co-star, Tom Francis.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought some of you would have gone for Charlie Stemp, but
I'm going for Tom Francis as well.
I'm also going. I thought Tom Francis was going to be like the rogue choice, but everyone's gone for it. I think it's definitely Tom Francis. If you're walking around the Strand doing that immaculate prepared, I think he's got it, which is great for a rising talent to get that sort of award. You know, he's on to big things.
Like a career-defining performance, and he's so young. It's insane.
And best supporting actress in a musical. We'll go with Tan.
Oh, so all I've heard is really positive things about Amy Trigg, and I didn't see a lot of big things, but I feel like it would be wonderful for that show to be recognised and for that performance in particular. But then could Eleanor Worthington Cox get her second at such a young age?
I have gone for Amy Trigg. I think, Tom, you mentioned on our previous video how she wasn't just like this wisecracking, hilarious performance, but actually epitomised the heart of what the show was about. And I think she is absolutely spellbinding. Yeah, I cannot wait. I really hope she wins it.
I hope she wins too, but I've gone for Zoe Roberts.
Ah.
I feel as if Operation Mincemeat might do quite well in the supporting categories. I've also gone for Jack Malone for supporting actor in a musical. So I feel like that. I've just got a feeling in my gut that those multi-role playing actors might clinch it in the supporting categories. Who have you two gone for best actor in a supporting role in a musical?
Oh, I had to go for Cedric Neal. He just steals the show. Like, he is Act 2. Like, when I saw it the second time, I was just like, I'm waiting for this. Like, I was fully prepared for what was coming, and I think I enjoyed it even more, if that's possible, just because he's just fantastic.
I have gone for Jack Wolf, same way as the WhatsOnStage.
We've all gone different.
All gone different.
Interesting.
I think I think what he did with that character in terms of, I was saying this to Sarah Crompton, who gave a speech when he won the Critics' Circle Award, about how he sort of is simultaneously this really small, like intimate, sort of almost like a childlike figure, but then at the same time was this huge chaotic force of energy when he's singing numbers like I'm Alive and Next to Normal. So I think he'll take it. And I mean, his performance at the Was Awards deserves an award in its own right. So, yeah.
He needs to dust off his mantelpiece, like, if he takes this one.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see him on stages soon.
And that's that for the acting category. I think was there only one where we were all in unison with the Scherzinger?
No, I think Tom Francis.
Tom Francis we all picked as well, didn't we? But the others, we all think it's going to go different ways. An exciting year, isn't it?
It is. I think it's nice not to be able to predict everything. That's the sort of thing.
Not be angry whichever one won.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like anybody has lost out because everyone is a worthy nominee.
Yeah. I think if any of those nominees won, I'd be like, fair enough, you did an incredible job.
So should we move on to the creative team technical categories?
Yeah.
Maybe best director, best theatre choreographer. What are we thinking there?
Well, I love the duo that I really love, and they did amazingly on Evita at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, and they've done amazingly on Sunset Boulevard with Jamie Lloyd and Fabian Aloise for Sunset Boulevard here, because they just working in tandem, almost like they're two twins sharing a brain, with the ideas that Fabian's doing on the choreography side, completely reinterpreting Sunset Boulevard, and then complementing what Jamie was doing by stripping back the production.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to evoke this idea of Hollywood just through bodies and just through movement and just through this sort of physical chaos and this dark and light. And I think that those two together, hopefully they'll both win for director and choreographer.
Yeah, that Let's Have Lunch opening. Like, whoa, like, how have you got this much energy?
I went for Jamie Lloyd as well for best director. But best choreographer, I've actually gone with Arlene Phillips and James Cousins for Guys and Dolls. And I would also include the staff of the Bridge Theatre there. For all the sort of movement direction they've been doing with the audience themselves. Also, just because of the, instead of one, proscenium space, it's been, multiple stages going up and down, and that's why I went for Guys and Dolls. What about you, Tan?
Yeah, I think I was with Alex initially. I completely agree, but I do think Crazy for You, Susan Stroman, like, that is a full-on dance show. Like, it would be great to see that show as well get a nod. And also, like Alex said, Charlie Stemp as well earlier in the acting category. The stamina required to do that is not an easy task, is it?
And then in terms of set, costume, lighting, sound, what's everybody's thoughts there? I've gone with Stranger Things for set and lighting. I know a lot of the set categories are set and video design this year, and I just think Stranger Things just has more physical set than, let's say, Sunset Boulevard. So I just think that might tip the post.
If they were separate categories, it would be a completely different story.
It was interesting how with Stranger Things, like, and I've been backstage at the Phoenix Theatre, there is not very much space, and the amount of stuff that they crammed into that auditorium, every single set piece was just like something new and big and exciting, and I was just totally blown away, quite literally, during the air tunnel at the start of the show, just of like how much they threw at audiences with that production. That I think there's a set design like it in the West End, really. It felt like you'd gone to Universal Studios to see a West End show.
It's like 4D, so I said that with the sound design as well. I'm like, what? How are you behind me? Like, are you to my side? Like, where are the mics? Where are the speakers? Like, even the flashing lights being just part of the theatre itself. They've changed the ball, but they've rigged that up to be part of it. It was so immersive and surrounding. My heart could not. I was so glad when the interval came. I just needed a drink. It was just too much.
I was just thinking, where did they store the bloody battleship? Alone.
I'd love it if like after the first scene they just like ship it onto Charing Cross Road and then drive it home and then it comes back.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I actually went with Macbeth for best sound design. That was an achievement because of the binaural technology, the headphones, and that was astonishing in terms of sound. What did you go for, Alex?
I'm also on Stranger Things just because, not to put a dampener on Macbeth, but I thought what they did had been done better elsewhere. So possibly something like The Encounter, the Simon McBurney show, years ago, where you had the microphone in the middle of the stage and he would walk around it, and you'd actually feel like he was walking around your skull, which was really intense. And I feel as though they tried to do something here, but I don't know, I just wasn't convinced in the same way. It'd be nice to see something win that was innovative and new sound in a potentially way, and using it with a Shakespeare play. But I do think Stranger Things is just going to be that juggernaut that just picks up those technical categories, like My Neighbor Totoro did last year. I think the Oliviers does love it when a big play wins lots of those technical categories, like Life of Pi as well the year before. So I think Stranger Things could continue that trend.
And then with with costumes, I've followed in the footsteps of the WhatsOnStage Awards. with La Cage aux Folles for Ryan Dawson, but I don't know who you picked for costumes.
I went for Guys and Dolls because the Hot Box girls, they just look fantastic, whatever scene they're doing. And you're so up close as well to the costumes, like the complete characterization is, I think, really special. Like if they'd have got that costume in wrong, you could see it. You see every thread. So I think that's quite a daunting feat that has been pulled off really well.
See, I sort of thought that, but then at the same time, I just feel like what was done with the picture of Dorian Gray, where all these costumes were being constructed in real time, and you were seeing them like literally up close. Right, these were huge costumes in a way because they were projected, and you could almost see the costume designers and the wig, hair, and makeup designers working on her face as she was performing it. That felt like almost you were choreographing the costume design in a way that wasn't done with any of the others. So I think that for me is the one that it might not win, but I think it was accomplishing something very different.
Unless we forget all the pre-recorded costumes for that one as well.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the show category, shall we?
Let's go for it.
People haven't got anything further to add. The always unique category, best entertainment or comedy play, which has, as we know, an interesting mix of productions. Alex, what have you picked in this one?
I am gonna say that I think we've already dedicated a bit of airtime to it, but Stranger Things: The First Shadow, I think it's the one to beat here. It'd be nice to see something to celebrate Sondheim with Sondheim's old friends, but I just think it's Stranger Things is thing. It's gonna be, that's the thing, It will be.
It's definitely one to beat. Again, I wouldn't be angry if Sondheim's old friends won, but
I kind of think Sondheim's old friends hits the brief of this category a little bit more, but if Stranger Things wasn't in this category, because I'm just like, wherever Stranger Things is, I want it to win. So I feel like Sondheim's old friends, that is entertainment at its finest. That is classic entertainment.
Yeah, I agree. And then best revival.
Oh,
Tan?
You came for me when I didn't say Andrew Scott before, but the reason was because I feel like it will win best revival. So it would counteract the potential loss for Andrew Scott, I think, because Vanya was just incredible. I think in my eyes, that show and Andrew Scott should have all the awards, but we don't want to be greedy. So we want to let little less known actors like David Tennant take an award.
David Tennant needs it, yes.
Thanks, Andrew. Like, what are you doing?
Shan, you're being very distributing them out evenly. You get an Olivier, you get an Olivier. I love that.
Exactly.
Alex, who have you gone for?
No, I think just like the Walls Awards, I just think it's going to go to Vanya. I mean, I've already said that Macbeth wasn't my favorite production of all time, so I just think Vanya's going to have that. It's just going to have enough oomph behind it to take it over the line. It might be wonderful to see something like Shirley Valentine win, and I know David Pugh, the producers, won before for things like Pride and Prejudice, and also that show was so committed to accessible pricing, and Sheridan Smith did an amazing job in it, that it would be nice to see that win, but I just think Vanya's got it in the bag.
Well, that's another one that we're all in agreement with then. Vanya. Best new play. I've got a feeling it's going to be James Graham's year. I've gone with Dear England. I'm not 100% sure, but I've gone with Dear England. It was just such a hit at the National. West End transfer as well. Brought so many new faces into the theatre. I'm hoping and praying that gets the nod. Alex?
Well, if I put my tactical hat on, and you're thinking voters, and the Nationals got 3 out of the 4 noms, could that split the vote that would go to all these national shows, and the Hills of California would win it? But I do think Dear England has got this one. Even though The Motive and the Cue won the Critics' Circle Award, I think Dear England achieved something a lot more populist, and you know, it really it was theatre opening its arms up to the nation at its best, and I think that's something hopefully will appeal to anyone voting in the Oliviers.
What are you going with, Chan?
I really hope it's Dear England for all of the reasons that you two have just said. But something after being at the Critics' Circle Awards is saying The Motive and the Cue.
Look at us, that's 3 in a trot that we've all voted the same way. We're so in sync.
Yeah.
Perfect harmony.
It's just because we work together every single day.
Yeah, we just talk too much. I'm going to predict that we're probably going to be in unison now for the other 2 as well.
Well, let's see. So, best musical revival, Tan, hit me.
I'm really nervous now because Alex thinks we're going to get this in sync, but I'm stuck between 2. And I think you both know which 2 it is. And I think it's going to be Guys and Dolls and Sunset. And I think they will split. They will get quite equal numbers each. But I think Sunset will take this one.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a 2-horse race, isn't it? I think, as you say, Tan. But I've gone with Sunset as well.
I would say that, you know, Guys and Dolls has had an amazing year, you know, with the Evening Standard Award, WhatsOnStage Award, Critics' Circle Award. It's not like it's lost out all of its awards to Sunset or something. So even if it doesn't win, which I think it won't, it still had a pretty amazing run in terms of both critical and audience success, that I don't think it's going to mind too much if it doesn't take the Olivier. But I just think that Sunset Boulevard, it's got life ahead of it. It's got huge sort of like audience love. It's had love from the critics. It's going to Broadway. I think it's definitely going to be the one to take musical revival.
It continues.
So last but not least, best new musical. Alex?
So I remember, I think it was 2019 or 2019 when I sat, or was it 2018? I can't remember. I was sat at the New Diorama Theatre on the front row next to Tim Boehner, who was a reviewer for the stage, and the show ended and we both looked at each other and we thought, holy hell, this is incredible. And like, this was in like an 80-seat venue in North London, and now seeing it basically being the front runner for new musical, I think Operation Mincemeat is definitely going to take it. I just can't see it going any other way, and I'm just so chuffed for all of them because they put so much work into that show, and it is a completely different beast to when it was first at the New Diorama, and they've deepened it, they've expanded it, they've broadened it, and they've totally transformed it into one of the best new musicals probably of the century. So I really want that to win.
And what a rags to riches story that would be as well, hey?
Yeah, and also they
Operation Mincemeat too.
And they started they came up through like the Off West End system. You know, they were doing shows called Kill the Beast, Edinburgh Fringe. You know, these are all institutions and ecosystems that are really in danger of disappearing right now. You know, the Vault Festival is disappearing, and the Edinburgh Fringe pricing people out. We're going to lose shows like Operation Mincemeat, and I think hopefully if it wins, it will tell people, no, we really need to invest in these spaces so that we can have more musicals like this in the future.
Here.
Yeah, I'm the same. Operation Mincemeat just stolen everyone's hearts, hasn't it? Like, and what I love about it is you can just see how much they all love it. Like, they are having the best time, and that's how the characters are so like. Why do I know the names of all these people? Like, why are they part of my day-to-day life now? Because I just think about them so much, and they've just really piqued a lot of people's interest in the history as well. Like, the fans are just wonderful. I spend all day on Twitter. Like, I see every single thing that fandom does, and I just think it's what theatre is all about. Like, it's a proper community, and it's just lovely.
Oh. Well, at the time of recording, it's just just under 2 weeks to go till the big night. Sunday the 14th of April at the Royal Albert Hall. So we can check then how well we've done or how appalling we've done with our predictions, I guess.
I feel like the real winner will be us when we get to interview Bluey on the green carpet, though. That's what.
Yeah, can't wait.
The Bluey. The Bluey.
Bluey for best family show. That's my final prediction.
Alex, do you want to take us to the curtain call?
Oh yes, as always. Thank you everyone for tuning in for this chaotic yet hopefully deeply reverential experience as we celebrate the Olivier Awards. I'm going to say this now. I know that the team behind the Olivier Awards are some of the hardest working and most wonderful people, and I know they'll be absolutely running their socks off right now, preparing for what's going to be a huge night, celebrating everything about London and West End theatre. So yes, I just can't wait to see how many wins we predicted. But thank you everyone for tuning in, and see you next time. So thank you everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to say that so that I don't get told off once the Zoom call ends.
And ring that bell for notifications.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone.